The whole COVID-19 and the related challenges that we are facing today, as much as it could be seen as a dark cloud, I also believe that there may be a digital silver line, a silver line that I call it as a digital silver line that may be sitting around it. Just think about it. Till yesterday, when it was a huge marketing effort and a significant push that we all had to take as banks, as financial institutions to encourage customers to walk in and adopt what we would call as the digital channel adoption is now happening by default. I mean, you have a situation today where the opportunity has moved away from what could actually be a push into what is being seen as a pull. So, in essence, where I'm going with this is that we may be having a situation here where we could look at this whole COVID-19 and related challenge that we are facing to really be seen as an opportunity. And if we do embrace it fully, it could be far beyond what we have been potentially imagining all these years. So let me explain this a little bit. So if I was to see it from a bank's perspective, the three very important aspects, and I go in sequence, that you would observe when it comes to driving a digital agenda would be in A, looking at the digital adoption levels and increasing it. The second part of it is in helping with the fulfillment. And the third part is in being a very sustained member of the digital ecosystem. The first piece, which is really about digital adoption, has been a challenge for banks for many, many years. I'm just not talking about mobile banking. I mean, from the days when internet banking was adopted, or for that matter, even when ATMs were introduced way back, in the last century, we have examples of banks actually incentivizing their customers to actually, get a raffle ticket to go and stand in the ATM and withdraw money, because we wanted the customers to get habituated into moving away from the physical branches to what was then seen as an alternative channel. And what we are seeing today is a situation where it has been an effort, millennials and the new age young customers notwithstanding, you still have a large portion of the customers whom the banks have been trying to appeal to and engage with them or encourage them to start using the digital channels. But what we have here is what one would call as a shot in the arm. Necessity is indeed the mother of invention, and today we do see a very large, if not all customers of banks moving into or being necessitated or being forced, should I say, to being starting to use the digital channels, and it's the first time use that always triggers, and that's the barrier once crossed, can clearly create an opportunity for the banks to sustain if they were to make sure that the second and the third part of the digital value chain, as I'm explaining, is sufficiently taken care of. And what are these? The second piece is really about digital fulfillment. Well, it's just not enough if you can bite, you have to chew and you got to digest. It's just not enough if you actually could onboard the customer digitally or get the customer to be using the channel, but it's also important that you leverage that opportunity to go through the whole life cycle of front, mid, and back office in its entirety to leverage and make full use of the operating efficiency opportunities that it comes with. For example, if you're talking about front office, how do I acquire customers using analytics to drive digital acquisition, using digital media and digital marketing initiatives? On the middle office, how do I leverage machine learning and risk analytics to sufficiently validate and shadow my transactions digitally to be able to identify what happens, be it on the fraud management side or the compliance management front? And the third piece, which is to do with my back office, where I am able to have, be it the core banking platform or be it the transaction banking platform, be it the retail front or the corporate front, one is able to have the entire fulfillment using a digital end-to-end straight through processing, or what we call as STP. And unless you are able to have STP in play, you really aren't leveraging the real power of digital, which simply means that you aren't really having the benefits of the operating efficiency that digital can bring to you, which in other words means that sooner or later you are going to be losing the race, because it's not just about who acquires the customer well that matters, but it also about who runs the game in the medium to long term on a sustained basis, driving efficiencies. And the last piece, talking about being in the marketplace on a sustained basis, well, you can't afford to actually not be a member of the digital ecosystem. It's not just about being an individual or an independent entity offering things end-to-end digital, but it's also about really being a part of the ecosystem, which means embracing what we call as API banking or open banking, and being able to adapt and be a member of a larger ecosystem that allows you to embrace both onboard and allow the customer to engage with other fintechs or other digital members of the ecosystem, as I call it, to seamlessly operate, using the bank as one of the channels through which they are engaging in the larger digital ecosystem. In other words, you got to be digital end to end in order for your customer to see you to be a real player in the digital space. Well, as I said, you actually have this quote unquote black swan opportunity. Here is the way you get the fillip, the ability to push things into the whole, digital way forward. And if one does embrace this, well, the way forward is digital.